Hello, my name is GregTech and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons 2. I am just doing adjustments over here. Now, you may remember all these large processing factories were used to craft the ultimate battery. And I haven't really looked at it, but I think I can put some of the recipes that we were using over here, because we need so many, over there now, because that has been overclocked quite a bit more. Now, if I need issue, obviously if I go to craft something up and we're running into a bottleneck, I'll fix it. But yeah, basically I moved the blue lens off these and switched it with a quantum lens. And I have gone ahead and linked the crafting things. So let me just finish this and we'll test it out. As you can see, I am upgrading these to UIV. Connect all these and then turn them all back on. All right, and the reason I'm doing this is because we need lots of high-tier precision laser engravers for some of these recipes, and this connecting the buffer is just so amazing. I think we're good there. I'll just turn them on, man. I was gonna get the mallet, but you know what? We'll just do that. So these should all be at UIV. We'll take a look here. Now, the reason specifically I did this was for celestial tungsten. It is quite a long recipe, and we need it for UEV conductors. So I figured, let's get this sped up dramatically for our conductors. And the way we get that, there's no other way to get it besides laser engraver. And it is a UAV recipe at 180 seconds. So long recipe. But now that I have 8 of these, we can watch how cool those crafting buffers are. Oh, there they go. All on the exact same time. It is so cool. I love it. There's no delay. You don't need to put the items in an input bus anymore. It just literally pulls directly from AE. Well, I don't know if it's pulling from AE technically. Technically, I think the items are actually in the buffer. You just don't see it. But you can see the tungsten dust. There's 360 in there. So yeah, I believe these do 4 at a time because it is overclocked, the recipe. So 4 times 8, we do 32 at once. We were doing like 4 at once, and it was quite slow. So I've gone ahead and sped that up. And if we have other recipes that we can throw in there that don't... Actually, oh, I'm thinking about it. Don't the... I think those crafting things... I think the crafting buffers basically stop the... Oh, I'm thinking about it. I think the buffers actually stop conflicting recipes here. You know what? I may... Like, the main conflicts would be the wafers, because there's so many different recipes for them. So that would be conflicting, but a QPIC wafer... I gotta find one that's like an actual... Like Americium. That's what I use for that one. Do I? Or do I use that? Have I upgraded that? I don't remember. I didn't even... Actually, I didn't even realize that. No, I'm still using that old recipe. I did not know that was... I mean, that's 16 from one wafer. Holy cow. I didn't realize that was a thing. Alright, well, we gotta change that recipe. Yeah, so... Unfortunately, yeah, since I never really saw a... like a changelog of what has been added, I didn't know that. Alright, so as we saw, that was... Okay, so here's what my question is, like... I put a blue in the... Does this have other... I mean, I know that is a recipe. We do it. That is also a recipe. Yeah, so if you're not adding a thing, are these going to clash? Or does it just know which one to choose? Because this recipe... No? See, I don't think it would know, would it? I don't know. We'll have to test this out. Now I'm, like, really curious. Alright, so what other ones does this do? Alright, so ASOC, I did that one. This one, oh my goodness, all these have recipes now? Oh, okay. I literally just found this out as we were, like right this second. I had no idea these were in here. I think we get that. Isn't that how we do? Yeah, that's how we do that. Okay, so I guess... I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. Alright, did I pull that? Okay, we'll do... We're just basically testing here. So I have... If I put two of these in, is it gonna know which wafer I need? Because they all use the same wafer. All three of these use the exact same wafer. Is it gonna know that I want QPIC wafers? Well, let's find out. QPIC. Also, I kind of like seeing when they all turn on at once. I don't know. I just get a big kick out of that. QPIC. What am I doing? That's not what I want. Here. 8 times... I was just trying to, like... It doesn't need to be perfect. I was just kind of... Okay, maybe not that much. I just want to get it going right away. Right, let's just get that going and then see what happens. Does it turn on or does it think... Alright. Did we get it? It did work. Alright. Let's do... SOC now. Man, 4 to 32. Ah. Amazing. Does this know? Or is it going to give me the blue ones again? Alright, it looks like it did the same thing. Okay, so that is kind of what I thought was going to happen. Alright, so they do conflict. Alright, good to know. I kind of had a feeling there was going to be a bit of an issue because you're not putting the lenses in the thing. But what we can do is just do another wafer or another buffer. Unfortunately, we only have the one that connects all four. So it's not quite as clean if we're doing that, but yeah, having the ASOC and having these updated recipes, I think will be so much quicker even in just using them in our regular one, which, by the way, all needs to be fixed as well. So I don't know. I don't feel like messing with... I have so many, like, things I need to sort out like this that I just don't feel like messing with it. But, alright. So now we know, though. That is good. And where does that... I don't remember where that one goes in. It's going to be quicker wherever even if we just put them in the basic ones. Really should have, Orndon we use a lot of. It's going to be quicker anyway, because we went from 4 to 32 in the same amount of time. All right, well, there we go. We're learning. That's pretty cool, though. But the lenses do clash. And I kind of had a feeling it's because you don't put the lens, like, in the recipe. I don't know if there is a way to get around that. Because what would happen if you do put in the recipe, it'll put the lens in the buffer, and then it just gets stuck in the buffer. You would have to, like, return all items back to AE because it doesn't get consumed. I noticed that with, I forget, like glowstone nanites or something like that. I noticed. Oh, no, it was Infinity Catalyst. That's what it was, I think. All right, well, anyway, loving that. So, that is that. And the reason I wanted to do that, get that going, was for the coils. Did I? I guess I did. Yep, there is our 3 that finished. I think it's 560. Yep. Erbium. I don't remember how to get erbium. It's from one of those weird things, which I probably have, and I just haven't... I haven't processed. Probably one of, like, these ones. There's erbium. Gadolinite. I have 181,000 of it. Just hasn't been processed. So... Gado... I don't know which one it is. Which one am I getting from the space elevator? It's one of the ones I'm getting from the space elevator. Oh, I have 3. Gadolinite ore. Let's do that. Yeah, that's the one. And then... Alright. So we do get erbium as a byproduct if we do macerator centrifuge. So we'll definitely do that. We don't get it on this one. And then I'm assuming... Oh, man. I have to dehydrate it. I do have a dehydrator, though. Alright. It's not the end of the world. But... Did I? No, I'll put it... I'll just put it in manually. Alright. So... Yeah. Right? This is macerate centrifuge. Yep. Alright, cool. Alright. So we're probably getting lots of erbium now. Yep, we're up to 14. Oh, there's 500 more. And there's 800 more. Yeah, ore processors. If you're ever wondering if these worth it, yeah, they're worth it. I just need to, before I forget... Oh, it's already been... Look at me. I'm already, like, on top of it. Oh, there it goes. It's running. I'm surprised it didn't break from... Oops. Oh, I guess it has the output bus, yeah, so it's not going to void any... Or I have it set to void. I may have it set to void fluid. Yep, I do. Alright, cool. What was I doing? Coils. Coil. 560. Alright, and then this is for our, obviously, the third compact fusion reactor, which, I don't know, kind of love it. Alright, we've run into a bit of an issue, and that is conflicting recipes in the component assembly line. It said it was crafting up like 400 and something of it, and it was just stuck like this, and some of the ingredients were off, and I wasn't quite sure what was going on, so I canceled it. I can even cancel it now. Restarted it, and then the same thing happened, and I realized, yeah, we got some conflicting recipes here. I was crafting up a whole bunch of UEV components. So I've gone ahead and placed a separate one for each. But I'm pretty sure you can only have 6 input on the... I'm pretty sure you can only do 6 of these on the line. And there is 7. 7 circuits, but I'm pretty sure I can double up the sensors, I think, with the... I think I can double these up and we won't have an issue. Could be wrong. But just looking at the components, like you need nuclear stars and electric motors and all this stuff, molten infinity catalyst, where you don't need any of that on that. So I think those will be fine. And then the rest are all just split up. So I don't know. We'll see. How many? I need 560. So 220. Yeah, unfortunately, I was like, can I like melt these down? But we might use them for something. These go into robots. We'll probably use... I don't know, actually. They might be sitting in there for a while. Oh, well. Stuff happens. So, yeah, long story short, the buffers aren't fully conflict-proof. It's basically when you have multiple circuits or something like that. Things that aren't consumed in the recipe, you might have issues. But if the circuit of 1 was included in the recipe somehow, I think we would be okay. So I'm just kind of going through, sorting these out, putting them where they need to go. This is 4, isn't it? Yeah. That's 3. This is 2. Yep. All right. Cool. So we'll come back and... yeah, I guess I'll just get the compact fusion, the third one, crafted up. And then we'll see what we can do from there. I have had the Infinity running for... yeah, it's been running for a while now. Got 14,000 ingots. I mean, that's really nothing compared to what we actually need. But yeah, it just... it seems to be doing cool. I was hoping to get this crafted up before I drop below 4 million. So we have all 3. We might be able to do it. Possibly, if we get these crafted in time. All right, there we go. I have gone ahead and crafted up the third compact fusion, and as you can see, it is running. Just went ahead and added another dual P2P, and voila, instant parallel. It is so easy doing these P2P dual interfaces. You literally just have to connect another one, and it is done. Thinking back, I probably could have used the other P2P interface to do the same thing. I just would have had to converted the items into fluid again, using those fluid things the way we used to do it on the assembly line. So looking back, I probably could have... there's probably places we could have done that. But yeah, now it is... you don't even have to worry about that. Literally just hook up another one and it is good. So we have a third. I'll probably do a fourth on top. But I did actually notice a couple little things, and I like to... I've said that like a bunch of times, but I like to... where's the... let's see, the blind right there. I do like to do big crafts, like all 560 coils at once, because then I can see problems in the base and where we have backlogs and stuff. So that's why I like to do that. Like, I could be crafting these up 10 at a time, but I kind of want to do like 500 eternal coils, and then I can see like what the problems are. And one of the issues I ran into, and it kind of answered my question because I wasn't sure, was these carbon fibers. On this large processing factory, we have it, I think it's UEV or UIV. Oh, it's UEV. That recipe is 1 tick. So the multi-block actually processes this faster then this input buffer can pull from AE. So I didn't realize, well, I kind of wasn't sure how it worked, but now that tells me that it is limited by there is like a limit on how fast it can insert the items into the buffer for the thing. So I will have to keep that in mind with some recipes. So I don't know if we can do it, but what was happening, this was like flickering on and off at light speed, like every tick, and there was definite FPS issues just being in this area, and it was from that I realized. Let's do, I'm sure I'll use them again. Let's see. And now it doesn't want to do it. You know, it might have been because it was trying to put other ones in there as well at the same time. Maybe that's what it was. But I did notice it was having a hard time, and it was flickering on and off. So I just went ahead and increased that. It might have been like another recipe in here, but that's the one I noticed that it was having a hard time. It might have even like maybe it was crafting up the carbon dust and it couldn't keep up with the electrolyzer was the bottleneck over there because it wasn't getting the carbon dust fast enough to put it in there. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, be careful with some of the recipes. You might need to increase the amount. So that one from, what are we doing? We're doing like 8 at once now instead of, you know, 1 process at a time. I'm dumping 8 in there. And we might need to worry about that elsewhere. But that does kind of answer my question, is that limited by how fast? It doesn't just see like the items in the AE and use them directly from the thing. It does actually put them in the buffer. And it does seem like that is limited, unfortunately. Also, I am crafting up bismuth plasma in those 3. And I have a priority set to our tank over here. And I was kind of curious if this would input directly from the compact fusion, and it is indeed doing that. So, to be honest, these are probably obsolete now that I have all the things, but I don't necessarily want these all constantly running for bismuth, so I'm going to leave these up. I may do something about that. I don't know. Maybe switch it over to a multi-block instead, and then P2P the fluids into the thing. I could actually do it underneath or inside. Maybe I'll do that. Of course, I picked the one that... like, maybe put the multi-block in here. Man, I love the sound in here. Might be a bit loud on the recording, but I absolutely love it. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. But I still love the setup. No way I'm getting rid of the setup. I'm just thinking, like, if I do switch it over to compact fusions, I would probably have, like, dedicated... It would probably only have to be like 1, to be honest. We don't burn it through that quick. But if I wanted to, you know, put more heat exchangers, you know, we could also do that. I don't know. I do plan on upgrading these. Once these are all done, which we still have like, I don't know, like many, like days, real days worth of burn time on those. They're only up to 60%. They've been running for, I don't even know how long. They've been running for a very long time. We're going through them quicker now because I'm letting the world run kind of almost constantly now. But yeah, those have been in there for, like, I swear, like, they've been in there like a couple months now of real lifetime. But once those are gone, I think we are going to upgrade our turbines. But anyway. That is where we're at. Oh, I did also upgrade the... I upgraded the coils on this because the coils aren't actually that bad. What are the tier 3 ones again? Maybe I'll upgrade those again. You know what? These are... It does require optical circuits. You only need 32 of them, so it's not too bad. But now that we have the component assembly line, this isn't... That isn't bad at all, actually. Because it does drop the process time. I think it went from 5 to 2 seconds. It didn't, like, the cost... The EU per tick didn't go up, but the processing time definitely went down. So maybe look into upgrading both of those for our fuel. I am crafting up just randomly like 300 buckets of stuff. That will last me 36 hours or something like that. 36 hours of real time. And that will definitely dropping because we're only... Our passive is only 500 million EU per tick. Obviously, we're using more than that, even just from our DTPF uses a billion EU per tick constantly. Okay, I've started crafting up the Eternal Singularities just to get them going while I'm doing other things, because that's a very long recipe, and I don't use the implosion compressor that often in just regular crafting. So I just want to get that going, and we can probably do some other things. Now I say that, and we're probably, now that I think about it, I think we do those wafers in there now. That one? One of them, there's something in the implosion compressor. I don't remember which part of it. Which part is it? I don't know. I mix one with flux electron. Now I'm like, mix it with this. What do we do with this? Oh, optical circuits use the implosion. Well, we're not using those optical circuits at the moment. So yeah, we'll just get that running and crafting up these internal singulators. I'll need 1,000 more after that, but I keep saying I think it's good to do big crafts like this so I can see. Also, I just realized that stuff's not working because I have switched out a couple of these. I'm slowly getting some of these converted over to the input buffers, but I forgot to turn this back on. And I just threw all the recipes just in here. There might be some that require a some of like this oxygen that we have in here or the water. I haven't gone through them all, but we'll find that as they don't work. I switched this one over. No, that one was in here. That's right, and I switched it over to that one. So that's no longer a 2 in there. Actually, I switched over the 1. I think Signalum does that. Nope, that's a 4. One of those is a raw neutronium, which I don't even really use anymore. Yeah, so that's a 1. I could switch that over. I think the other ones were not. 4. That's a 9. I know that one. And a 4. Yeah. All right, cool. So I'm just going to pull it out of there. That. All right. So got that going. So we'll see, like I said, what problems we have. Now, I have noticed I probably, since I keep Infinity stocked in here, what this has done is it's put items in there to craft up using the Infinity, but instead of pulling from that hatch, it's pulled from this one. So I should probably remove that from the recipe. I think it's the Tesseracts. I think. one of the, is it rods? Space-time? Okay, yeah, it's the space-time. It leaves the infinity in there. I'll probably just empty it out until this is finished. I don't really want to cancel this. Because I want to see what we have. I do know this is backed up. The freezer. Maybe I should deal with the freezer right now. Alright, that's probably what I'll do. Time to finally get another freezer. I might switch this stuff around. I was debating whether if I really wanted to switch the ingots over. But I don't feel like, you know, do hot ingot to regular ingot and then use the crafting buffers. I don't know if I really want to do that, because then I would have to switch all those over as well. I don't know. I don't mind just having these, but, man, am I just going to build another freezer on the back? God, I hate this multi-block. Alright, and there we go. There is our first eternal coil block. And we've got about 2,111 more to go. So as you can see, I am just working on those. I'll let the world run. I could speed that up. Yeah, I could craft more electric implosion compressors. There's a whole bunch of different stuff I could do to speed that up. But like I said, I am going to go eat dinner and just let the world run. Probably, I mean, I basically just don't even turn the world off at this point. It runs almost 24/7, just on my own computer at home. It's not a multiplayer server or anything like that. It's just a single player world that I leave running. So yeah, we got that. But I am feeling pretty good about moving forward. Having 3 compact fusion reactors is pretty amazing. We've got our DTPF just chugging along over here with Hypogen. If I'm not doing anything else, this is crafting up our space-time. I could switch something out. Probably, I want to switch out for like a stocking bus, but I don't really want to. I don't want to. I did switch out a hatch, a regular hatch, for a quadruple input hatch while it was running, and it didn't turn off. I'm just worried if I do that, I'm gonna like mess up the discount, which was gonna screw all this stuff up. But I was thinking about throwing like a hatch here or a stocking bus here for the infinity coils and catalysts. So yeah, that is pretty much only runs. We can just have this continually pumping out infinity. We don't need the hypogen, but that's also good to have because we use it in our fuel, and it gets used in space-time and all sorts of stuff. We have quite a bit now. It's dropped. I use some, but yeah, 47,000 ingots of hypogen is pretty amazing. So, all right. With that, we're going to have to call it here. Again, another kind of intermediary episode of just random things, upgrades, getting stuff like, you know, all these redone and rewired and new recipes and stuff. This stuff just takes like actual time. Like, I don't know. I think I was working on this for like 45 minutes, I think, just kind of redoing wires and making it look kind of cool and all symmetrical and figuring out all the different things. So yeah, I only have so much time to play in a day. I can only get so much done, and those take a while to get all the cables and stuff done. So it's not just AFKing for resources. It does literally take me time to put this stuff together, get built, connected, channels, and all that stuff figured out. But yeah, with that, I think we're going to wrap up. And I think before we get the internal coils, I do think I might go for the quantum force transformer. I've been thinking about that for about 200 episodes now. Looking at you, this recipe. And you know what? With this, I might finally get a tank. Let me throw this over here. Yeah, I might get a TFFT. So we might check that out. So yeah, that will be our next upcoming project. Anyway, that's going to be for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.